NEC expresses concern over the ill-implemented policies of the insensitive APC administration, leading to worsening insecurity, harrowing economic hardship, soaring unemployment rate, high cost of food and other necessities of life, pervading misery and despondency across the country. NEC condemns the insensitivity, nonchalance, incompetence, and arrogance in failure of the APC administration, which continues to conduct itself in a manner that shows that it has no iota of interest or commitment towards the well-being of Nigerians.
After this scathing remark by the PDP National Executive Committee, the APC came out swinging in their usual manner. In a statement released by Bayo Onanuga, he said that Tinubu is clearing the mess of the PDP, that Naira has become the best performing currency in the world, that security is improving, many things are working. He even bragged about the road construction that they are currently undertaking, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and the Badagry-Sokoto Highway. All these and many other things he said that PDP couldn't achieve in their 16 years in power. You see, the problem with APC, just like the PDP National Executive Committee said, their arrogance is way out of this world. Yes, the kind of arrogance we are seeing from APC. PDP didn't exhibit this kind of arrogance when they were in power. Their chairman, from Audu Ogbe to Vincent Ogbulafo and many others, they were busy at the time telling Nigerians and bragging that they will stay in power for up to 100 years, 50 years. One said, was it 40 years? Because they were involved in transactional politics, they thought they could stay in power in perpetuity. Nothing lasts forever. On the side of the APC, they have brought everything that PDP did to another level. APC members will see something that is black and tell you it is white. In the process of trying to convince you that it is actually white, they will try to tell you that you are blind. That's why you can't see it. They can't form a good argument. They make it look like a joke. They will go to any length to prove to you that, hey, this thing is not black, that it is actually white. In many cases, they make it very obvious that they want to convince the public to believe that something that is black is actually white. So that arrogance is why we find ourselves in the situation we are in Nigeria today. They don't know something, they want to convince the people that they know what they're doing, but it's very obvious to even the blind person that these people are doing trial and error. How can someone seriously celebrate the recent increase of the value of Naira against the dollar when the APC administration met it at a far lower rate? Tinubu met it at about 460 Naira to a dollar, official rate. That's just about a year ago, while Buhari met it at about 200 Naira to $1. So no one in his right senses should celebrate except when they at least return it to where they met it. Government is a continuum. It's about making progress. People can't come to power and cause serious damages to Nigeria's economy, and they will be celebrating as if we have forgotten everything. At least let them take it back to where they met it. Let them bring back all the indices that existed the time they took power. That's the time people can now start celebrating and saying at least they brought us back to where they met us. That's why if you conduct a poll today in Nigeria and ask people which administration they will choose to get back to, let's not even go as far as Obasanjo's time. Let's just say, okay, good luck, Jonathan. Will you prefer that to Buhari or Tinubu's administration? The poll will definitely be 100% in favor of Goodluck Jonathan. So there is no comparison using words like clearing the mess of PDP. No, APC brought the mess. Imagine the number of poor people in Nigeria 10 years ago. Imagine the number of countries that Nigerians could travel without visa 10 years ago. All these numbers are worse today. Nigerians can only travel around West Africa visa-free. Nigeria also hosts the most poor people in the world. Think of this for a moment. Despite India having 1.4 billion people, compare that to Nigeria, only 200 million people, but somehow APC produced more poor people in this small population compared to India. So there's nothing to gloat or boast about. They have brought failure in all indices of governance. There's no basis for comparison at all. How can they be seriously bragging about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway? Should the road be a top priority for Nigeria today? Which will benefit the country better now? Is it to use about a quarter of the 15 trillion naira they budgeted for this road to fix several thousand kilometers of unmotorable federal highways across the country? Or to go and squander the 15 trillion on a single road that very few vehicles will drive on, because according to them, they are estimating that each vehicle will pay an average of 3,000 naira in tolling fees alone in order to use the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. So they are living in an alternate reality. And to think that they will demolish and bulldoze many businesses that generate billions of naira in revenue and taxes in order to have their way to build the most expensive road in the world per kilometer. Road development and expansion is done on a need basis. If the economy continues to grow to unprecedented levels, the government will say now we need to expand our road network. We need to add new roads and links so that people can easily travel from one city to another. Right now, people are not traveling like before because of insecurity and the high cost of transportation. That's the reality. They increased the cost of fuel and diesel, which led to inflation. So people are no longer traveling like they used to. So despite the fact that it sounds good that the government is actually doing something, that they are building a new road, this road is not a top priority project for Nigeria right now. It would have been better that they used a little of that money to expand the existing Lekki Expressway or add a railway line in the middle of the road and expand it. It will require less money and it will have more impact on not just Lagos economy but Nigeria's economy at large. Even if it stops at Ogun State or link up to Shagamu Benin Expressway, it would have been better than building a new road that few people will use. At a time, very few Nigerians are buying imported used cars from America and Europe, or even new cars that were imported into the country. This is the data that should drive government investment in infrastructure. When few people are buying cars, you can't be expanding roads. It means that commute is actually decreasing, because if you see that people are buying more cars, that means more people will be on the roads. That means it needs expansion to accommodate more vehicles. That's how the government should invest in infrastructure projects that will have immediate impact on the economy. 15-year-old cars are selling for above 5 million naira. Very few people can afford that kind of money in today's Nigeria. 10 years ago, 15-year-old cars were being sold for about 800,000 naira. So you can see the extent of the damage caused to Nigeria's economy by APC. There's no basis for comparison whatsoever between APC and PDP. Anyway, let's end with the rest of the communique issued by the neck of the PDP.
NEC expresses serious apprehension over the spread of acts of terrorism and violence, including the escalated cases of mindless killing, mass abduction of innocent Nigerians, and maroon of communities in various parts of the country. NEC condemns the insensitivity, nonchalance, incompetence, and arrogance in failure of the APC administration, which continues to conduct itself in a manner that shows that it has no iota of interest or commitment towards the well-being of Nigerians. 6. NEC also condemns the creeping totalitarianism and tendency towards the one-party state, which is inimical to the peace, stability, and corporate existence of our nation, as well as the development of democracy and good governance in the country. 7. NEC, after due consideration, demand that President Tinubu should urgently convene a special National Security Council meeting to provide a holistic solution and measures to curb the disturbing insecurity with its attendant negative consequences on our national life. NEC also demands that President Tinubu should immediately rejig his economic team to bring in persons of proven integrity and competence without bias with vested interest to assist in repositioning the economy. 9. NEC further demands that the federal government should review all policies and programs which are stifling the economy and tariff, increased taxation, and implementation of adverse fiscal policies. Then, let's charge all leaders, critical stakeholders, and indeed all members of the PDP to close ranks, get down every personal or grouping, and work together in the effort to reposition and return the PDP to power at the center in the interest of the Nigerian people.